So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how I draw my eyeballs. So I know I haven't returned in a long time, but I figured what better way to come back and share a tutorial since this is very highly requested. This will be showing how I do my digital stylized art. If you guys want to see my traditional eye tutorial, then I can show you guys how to do that too. So first we're going to take our sketch and then we add the details. Thank you guys so much for watching. So anyways, we're going to take our sketch layer and I lower the opacity and send the blending mode to multiply. Then we take a layer and go underneath that sketch layer and go in with our base skin tone. Yay! Then from here I like to take a darker shade, usually with like reddish tones or pinkish or purple, and I just shade the areas like the inner corners or the edge of the lid. Lighting also plays a huge part in where you need to shade, but we're just gonna go with the basic areas where I usually shade. I'm not an expert. I like to look at a lot of references. Make sure you look at references. References are your best friend. So as you can see, you're just adding shadows and areas to create depth. So as you can see now, I'm just shading around the skin, just, give it some color and life. And then from here, I'm going to take a lighter shade and add some highlights, like at the brow bone or the inner corners of the eyes. So a little tip about the whites of the eyes, do not use white. I'm using kind of a bluish tone here because in reality the whites of your eyes aren't actually white. A lot of things play a part in the color, like your surroundings and whatnot. I'm just adding a shadow just to show some definition. I'm gonna give my person yellow orangish eyeballs because that's really cool. Now I'm going in with a slightly darker color and creating some definition at the top because that's usually how eyes are, especially with shadow coming from above, and filling in the eyebrows up at the top. Then from here I merge the sketch layer and the color layer together, and then from here I work on one layer and I just smooth things out, and I'm just creating additional depth in the eyes, as you can see, blending things out and whatnot. So from here I'm just going to show the time lapse of me continuing to shade and just smooth everything out. So for the eyelashes, I like to make it look like they just hopped out of a lash bar with a full, fresh set of extensions. As for highlights, I typically like to add them at, right above the pupil, like in the darkest part of the eye, and right below the iris, or even at right above the waterline. And here's our first finished eyeball. So from here, I'm just going to continue to finish the other eyes while you can observe. I'm using the same tactics that I did and applying them to all these other ones. With this eye, I gave it a little more of a sharper shape, and I gave them blue eyeballs. With this one here, I made it look a little more animated. I didn't really put much definition in the skin or the eyes or anything. But this is more of a simpler look that I like to use in my pieces sometimes. And that's pretty much how I do my eyes, and these are all of the finished products. I plan on continuing this mini series of small tips and tutorials, so I hope that these tips were helpful. Thank you for watching.